The President of the National Transitional Council, NTC, the Honorable Malik Diaw, held a series of important meetings receiving His Excellency Mr. Angus Mackey, Ambassador of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland in Mali, and Mr. Nicolas Lambert, head of a delegation of the International Committee of the Red Cross, ICRC, last Tuesday, with details in this edition. The Prime Minister Major General Abdoul presided over the opening ceremony of the International Entrepreneurship Fair last Tuesday. The rest in this program. At the international level, US President Donald Trump received Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman at the White House in Washington, D.C. last Tuesday. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to English One with Family TV One, the web of reference. His Excellency Mr. Abdoul Diop, Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, received Mr. Mamadou Tangara, the new special representative of the chairperson of the African Union Commission and head of the African Union Mission for Mali and the Sahel Missile in Bamako on Monday, the 17th of November 2025 for the presentation of the credentials. During the meeting, Minister Diop and his guests discussed the main areas of cooperation between the African Union and Mali, taking into account the paradigm shift in partnerships at the national level and the confederal dimension in light of the new geopolitical realities at the sub-regional level. Welcoming the constructive dialogue approach of a new African Union team, Minister Diop reaffirmed Mali's commitment to Pan-Africanism, noting the need to take into account the real situation of the country in the partners framework and stressed the importance of strengthening sincere, frank and constructive dialogue to promote African solidarity in the face of global challenges that threaten all countries. The special representative for his part reassured that the African Union will be part of a solution in Mali while expressing his commitment to contributing to strengthening the partnership and addressing current challenges in respect of the principles and interests of Mali, a country to which he has a particular attachment according to the Information and Press Office of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. The President of the National Transitional Council, NTC, the Honorable Malik Diaw, held a series of important meetings on Tuesday, the 18th of November 2025, receiving representatives from the diplomatic and international humanitarian sectors. His Excellency Mr. Angus Mackey, Ambassador of the United Kingdom in Mali and Northern Ireland in Mali, and Mr. Nicolas Lambert, head of the delegation of the International Committee of the Red Cross, ICRC. Their meeting, part of the NTC's institutional agenda, demonstrated the transitional authorities' commitment to maintaining and strengthening dialogue with Mali's strategic partners. The British Ambassador, His Excellency Mr. Angus Mackey, expressed his great pleasure in making the courtesy visit to the National Transitional Council. He emphasized the continued commitment of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland to supporting the efforts of Malian society and institutions. The United Kingdom is involved in sectors such as health and education. His Excellency Mr. Mackey highlighted the cultural and interpersonal ties exemplified by Malian footballers in the Premier League and concert by Malian musicians in the UK. For his part, Mr. Nicolas Lambert, head of the ICRC delegation, thanks President Joe for the discussion on the humanitarian situation, presenting the ICRC's activities which focus on access to healthcare, water, and food security. He emphasized the need for partnership with the authorities for sustainable solutions, stressing the promotion of international humanitarian law and assistance to vulnerable populations in collaboration with the Malian Red Cross. The head of the delegation highlighted the ICRC's presence in several regions of the country, mentioning actions such as supporting hospitals, providing training, supplying medicines, assisting healthcare centers, ensuring food security, and improving access to water. Mr. Lambert concluded by describing the meeting as fruitful and expressed his gratitude for the support of the President of the National Transitional Council, according to the Communication Department of the NTC. The Prime Minister, Major General Abdoul Maiga, at the behest of the President of the Transition, General Assimi Goïta, presided over the opening ceremony of the International Entrepreneurship Fair on Tuesday, the 18th of November 2025. The theme was Entrepreneurship, a factor of integration and economic development for the countries of the ASS Confederation. The AS countries with over 70 million inhabitants and positive growth offer entrepreneurial opportunities for job creation, particularly for young people and women. The ASS International Entrepreneurship Fair aims to promote entrepreneurship as an engine of economic development, to value private initiative, to mobilize investment, and to create sustainable jobs. For the Minister, Sal Sek, entrepreneurship is essential for economic development and environmental management, climate adaptation, and resilience. The Prime Minister emphasized the importance of dynamizing business creation and development, strengthening the entrepreneurial skills of young people, women, and proposing appropriate measures prioritizing innovation and networking. He also highlighted the need to strengthen local development tools, particularly entrepreneurship in a challenging international context. The head of the government welcomed the presence of delegations from the Alliance of Sahel States, ASS, and Ghana, affirming that Mali is a peaceful and developing country, reiterating that Mali is a very welcoming and reputable nation. For 4 days, the International Entrepreneurship Fair served as a platform for training, panel discussion, idea competitions, and B2B meetings, according to the Prime Minister's office. The President of the Transition and President of the Confederation of Sahel States, ASS, His Excellency General Assimi Goïta, head of the state, granted an audience on Thursday, the 20th of November 2025, to a ministerial delegation from the Confederation of Alliance States. This meeting took place on the sidelines of the first ASS International Entrepreneurship Fair held in Bamako from the 18th to 21st of November 2025. The delegation, led by Mrs. Sal Sek, Minister of Entrepreneurship, Employment and Vocational Training, including officials from Burkina Faso, Niger, and Ghana, notably the Burkinabe Minister of Secondary Education, Technical and Vocational Training, Dr. Abubakar Savadogo, the Nigerian Minister of Industry and Trade, Mr. Abdoul Seydou, and His Majesty King Drolor Boso Adamte I, a member of the Council of the State of Ghana. Mrs. Sal Sek explained that the purpose of the meeting was to review the first International Entrepreneurship Fair of the ASS, a platform for economic exchange between Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, and Ghana, emphasizing the role of entrepreneurship in boosting economies and creating a better future for young people. The delegation conveyed greetings from the Presidents of Burkina Faso, Niger, and Ghana to the President of the Transition, His Excellency General Assimi Goïta. In turn, the President of the Transition welcomed the initiative of the International Entrepreneurship Fair of the ASS, seeing this meeting as an opportunity to assess entrepreneurship within the Confederation and identify drivers of change. He stressed the importance of decolonizing mindsets and encouraged young people to demonstrate patience, perseverance, and creativity. However, the head of state also highlighted autonomy and personal initiative as keys to economic success. Finally, he called for particular attention to geopolitical issues and announced that the creation of a Confederal Investment Bank will support the development of entrepreneurship in the ASS area, according to the Presidency of Mali. At the international level, political tension recently emerged between Senegalese President Bassirou Diomaye Faye and his Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko, although the two men are now showing signs of reconciliation. The disagreement mainly concerned the leadership of a ruling coalition and the style of governance. The discord between the two allies was exacerbated by the controversial reshuffle at the head of a presidential coalition. President Diomaye Faye had appointed Aminata Touré to lead the coalition, while the Prime Minister championed Aïda Mbodj. A former minister under Macky Sall, who since became an opponent, Aminata Touré was chosen in a bid to broaden the coalition's appeal, according to President Bassirou Diomaye Faye. Ousmane Sonko publicly stated that Senegal has an authority problem at the highest levels of government, a criticism perceived as directly targeting President Faye, particularly regarding the handling of judicial affairs and verbal attacks. Faced with concern from grassroots activists and investors, the two leaders sought to defuse the situation. President Faye assured everyone at a meeting that he would never harm Sonko and vice versa, reaffirming their close relationships. For his part, Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko resumed his duties and participated in the cabinet meeting on Wednesday, the 19th of November 2025, after an absence of a few days, officially for rest. The two men appeared together, smiling during a presidential visit in a clear attempt to ease tensions. Despite the sense, whether the reconciliation is lasting or if the divisions are deep remains a subject of debate in the Senegalese and international media, according to African News. U.S. President Donald Trump received Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman at the White House in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday, the 18th of November 2025. Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and U.S. President Donald Trump discussed several important topics during their meeting at the White House, including investment agreements, arms sale, including F-35 fighter jets, normalization with Israel, military cooperation. Saudi Arabia is seeking stronger military commitment from the United States, particularly after the president set by Qatar. Relation with Iran. The two countries discussed Saudi Arabia's policy of appeasement towards Iran and Tehran's willingness to engage in dialogue and sanctions. U.S. President Donald Trump hosted a formal black-tie dinner at the White House for the visit of Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. During the dinner, Trump praised the Crown Prince as a man of leadership and designated Saudi Arabia as a major non-NATO ally, a status that provides a U.S. partner with military and economic privileges. Portuguese football superstar Cristiano Ronaldo, FIFA chief Gianni Infantino, billionaire Elon Musk, Apple CEO Tim Cook, and other billionaires were among the guests, according to the New York Times. Saudi Crown Mohammed bin Salman visited the U.S. Congress on 19th of November 2025, amidst ongoing criticism regarding human rights concerns, including the assassination of Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi. The visit was seen by many as a significant step in the prince's international rehabilitation, contrasting with previous frosty relations, although human rights concerns remain a point of friction, according to the Washington Post. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the English World News from Liberty One, the web of reference. I thank you for joining me. God bless, protect, and assist you forever. See you next week.